The Nigerian economic situation is a catastrophic failure characterized by mismanagement, corruption, and instability. It implies that the country's economic policies and decisions have led to a state of crisis with severe consequences for the nation and its citizens. The internet is abuzed with the viral TikTok content from a Nigerian youth corps member serving in Lagos State. The young lady's heartfelt lament has struck a chord with many as she highlights the crippling effect of skyrocketing living costs. Inflation. Inflation has become the new normal in Nigeria, with prices of everyday essentials, housing, transportation, fuel, and even land, including data to access internet, has increased exponentially by the day. The core members' raw honesty has ignited a national conversation, shedding light on the harsh realities of survival in Lagos, one of Africa's fastest growing cities, and the hardship experienced in Nigeria by Nigerians as a whole. In tears, she lamented the reasons why it's not compulsory to go for National Youth Service Corps, because the monthly allowance given can't even sustain her for a week, including a total waste of a whole 1 year and then returning back to status quo. This poignant revelation puts into perspective the struggles faced by countless young Nigerians who are trying to save their country while barely scraping by. It's true that as it stands, some families barely fed, but it's like the government had no idea of how to salvage the cries of ordinary Nigerians. The youth corps member's courageous voice has resonated with millions, sparking a wave of solidarity and call for change. Will her message prompt policymakers to take decisive action, or will the status quo prevail? No, there will be no change at all. The experts thus hired to manage several ministries are minding their business as usual, and the government in question do not care to checkmate them because of how they bribe their way into their job. Only time will tell. Listen in her voice.
I genuinely feel so overwhelmed, and I feel like if a lot of Nigerians come out and start speaking on what we are actually going through, then maybe changes will be made in the government. Don't you guys think? And this video, I just want to say to our president, I don't know if there have been any other president that is terrible, but you are such a terrible president. It is so hard. So I'm coming from the supermarket where I went to get foodstuffs, and everything has gone up again. It's just like every single week prices increase. I want to know, what is the government doing about this increment? Is there going to be a particular time where prices will stop going up? Is there going to be a particular time when things are going to go back? Guys, why am I going to get a crate of egg and they're telling me it is 6.5? It doesn't make any sense that egg will cost 6.5. Like, I literally can't remember when egg used to cost 800.
The young lady's emotional plea highlighted the struggles of surviving on a meager monthly allowance amid skyrocketing living costs. Her words struck a chord, resonating with countless Nigerians who face similar challenges. Instead of addressing the legitimate concerns raised, officials from the National Youth Service Corps allegedly responded with a strong-arm tactics. In a shocking twist, the corps member revealed in a follow-up video that NYSC officials threatened her, demanding she take down the original video or face severe consequences.
So guys, yesterday I made a video talking about the Nigerian government and how terrible President Tinubu is, and I was crying in the video. So 30 minutes ago, I just received a call from the NYSC board, starting with this.
As the drama unfolds, it's essential to recognize that the problem lies not with the government or the individuals alone, but with the systematic inadequacies and those who abuse their power within it. By acknowledging this, we can work towards creating a more just, transparent, and responsive system that truly serves the needs of Nigerian youth. What do you think? The voice of intimidation isn't coming directly from President Bola Tinubu, but rather from an unknown official hiding in the shadows. This individual, likely entrenched in a corrupt system, is part of the problem. benefiting from the very corruption they are trying to conceal. It's disturbing to see how deeply ingrained corruption has become in Nigerians' governance. The system, which has been nurtured over time, allows those in power to feed off the country's resources while the majority suffer. The fact that officials are using strong arm tactics to silence critics only underscores the depth of the problem. Rather than addressing the legitimate concerns raised by the youth corps members, these officials are more interested in maintaining the status quo. It's a stark reminder that the fight against corruption requires more than just words. It demands concrete actions and a willingness to hold those in power accountable. Who do they use to foster their political success? Youths. Who are the victims? Youths. Who are the leaders of tomorrow? Elders. The blueprints of a sinister system, a rigged game crafted by the powers that be, calculating favors for those who hold the reins. The result, the mass exodus of delusioned souls. The machinery is in place designed to stifle the voices of young and the brave. A toxic cocktail of sober education and governance has left the youth vulnerable to manipulation. They are being hacked, controlled, and hypnotized by a system that uses tribalism, religion, and rhetoric to maintain its grip. The future looks bleak as the youth are unwittingly complicit of their own downfall. They are being laid down a garden path, oblivious to the chains of corruption and bias that bind them. This disturbing development raises critical questions about accountability, freedom of expression, and the treatment of young Nigerians serving their country rather than silencing critics. Shouldn't government agencies be working to address the pressing issues that prompted the corps members' outcry in the first place? As the cost of living continues to surge, many Nigerians are finding it challenging to make both ends meet. The viral post serves as a stark reminder of the need for urgent economic reforms to mitigate the suffering of ordinary Nigerians. The question remains, what can we do? The answer lies in awareness, education, and collective action. It's time to shatter the status quo and forge a new path, one that leads to a brighter, new, and equitable future. But there is hope. Awareness is the first step towards liberation. Recognize the signs you are being manipulated, controlled, and used. Break free from the shackles of systematic oppression. The future is yours to reclaim. Remain blessed and be guided.